This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Government given notice to amend Section 145. ICT to reach remotest parts of PNG. Stop and Shop Badili opens today. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. Recently, the government has given notice to amend Section 145 of the Constitution on motions of no confidence. Prime Minister James Marape had explained that the amendment will enable a subsection for a restart to the 18-month grace period should a motion of no confidence fail. This has prompted concerns raised on the risk of weakening the country's constitution. The opposition expressed this in a press conference today.
The nation knows our portion.
Mentioning that the Constitution had been amended 12 times already in the last 4 years, Provincial Member for East Sepik Province and alternate Prime Minister Alan Bird expressed this.
The United States of America, one of the oldest democracies on earth, is 248 years old. They have amended their constitution 27 times in 248 years.
He further stressed that the amendment to the Constitution as the mama law of the country should be done with careful consultation.
So Section 145 amendment now, like Putimia, we cannot allow it to go. We can't allow amendments to the Constitution to happen willy-nilly, like one member. We want to amend the Constitution. That must happen with great respect, great trembling, and not only that, consultation when the people blame me.
Building on this sentiment was the member for Abau, Sepuka Temu.
With so many amendments, it's making the mama law weak. That means that mama law and house law of Papua New Guinea is leaking right now. Our mama law is leaking. It's not going to protect ordinary people anymore. It's going to make certain people powerful.
Sepuka Temu reminds of the principles to be observed when amending the country's mama law.
The principle that must always be observed in amending the Constitution is any amendments must never make the Constitution weak. Supreme Court must always throw it out. Suppose any constitutional amendment makes it weak and it can't protect the ordinary citizen, then that's no good.
Natasha Avoy, National EMTV News.
The Minister for Information and Communication Technology, Timothy Masiu, officially opened the new office of the Universal Access and Service Secretariat today in Port Moresby. Minister Masiu commended UAS Board for their guidance towards making sure UAS Secretariat has its own office.
The Universal Access and Service Scheme Secretariat has a new office situated at the third floor of Rainsview Plaza in Port Moresby. Minister for Information and Communication Technology with the UAS Board officiated the opening today. Minister Masiu indicated that this office will facilitate the provision of ICT services to the underserved or unserved areas of PNG, particularly the rural and remote parts, by funding relevant ICT projects.
It is important. Now, it makes it easy for our telco operators and our ISPs and our ICT clusters, whoever has any issues, they can actually come to this office and talk to our people here.
In terms of employment, in order for the Secretariat to build its capacity to deliver on its mandate, the Minister has highlighted that the UAS team will increase staff by the end of this year by 50%. He added that currently the UAS team has 8 staff.
As usual, when you open a new office, you see a lot of empty chairs, empty tables, and you want to put human beings behind those chairs and those tables to do the work. And so I believe by the end of this year, we may see about 50% as the Secretariat looks to build its capacity to deliver on its mandate.
Minister Masiu also proposed for the UAS Secretariat to have their own corporate plan to deliver on government's policy objectives on UAS.
This will complement your new office to provide a conducive environment for UAS, board, secretariat and staff to engage internally and externally to deliver on its core mandate of bringing connectivity to our citizens wherever they are.
Minister Masiu expressed that there has to be accountability and transparency with progressive reports in the Universal Access and Service Program, and the reports must be widely published. Louis Maingu, National MTV News.
Minister for ICT indicated that information and communication technology must reach the rural and remotest parts of PNG.
When addressing the media and the members of the NICTA and UAS, Minister Masiu highlighted that ICT providers in PNG, like other developing nations, target the urban areas when providing coverage, especially for economic reasons. The rural and remote areas are not generally covered. He urged that ICT must provide its services to the rural parts of the country.
It is our duty, our responsibility to go and build that tower. It is our duty, our responsibility to make sure that we bring the service to the people. And this is something that, I had to come here to make this point very clear.
He also mentioned that the total value of approved projects for 2024 is 32.294 million kina. The minister indicated that some of the projects for this year includes new mobile towers to extend mobile internet to unserved areas, mainly in rural PNG, which will bring connectivity to more than 145,000 people.
And that is the amount of projects that is going out, and they'll be tendered very, very shortly. So whoever is interested in partaking, you'll be prepared to submit your tender applications. And I know that by the end of this year, some of those projects will be completed and some will move into next year.
One of the projects approved in the budget is the International Mobile Equipment Identity Register. This project aims to track and find out where a mobile device is currently located and block the connection to the networks and basically disabling the phone. Other projects include broadband connectivity to extend key government services through digital connectivity, emergency communication, and capacity building. Minister Masiu stated that they need to find out which rural areas are not connected, so they will develop a short to medium and long-term plan to bring connectivity to these areas.
UAS secretariats must focus on identifying unserved or underserved remote areas in the country, mobilize funding and coordinate the implementation of UAS with all ICT operators to ensure connectivity reaches all parts of Papua New Guinea.
The minister indicated that there are parts of the country that still needs connectivity so people can have access to internet to engage in e-commerce, e-learning and range of other e-services that the Department of ICT is now spearheading. Louis Maingu, National MTV News.
The Body of Christ churches have called for unity among churches in the country to help the government change and develop the country. They made this request when announcing their plans and strategies to combat law and order issues in the country through evangelism programs yesterday.
A senior pastor in the Body of Christ church group has called on unity amongst churches in the country. Pastor Philip Upeguto urged other denominations to put aside their church differences or politics and work together to preach the gospel throughout PNG.
Unity and one black key. Lusim, you SAT, you mainline, you evangelical, you parat groups, you Pentecostal, you one kind, you Lusim now. You may boom one time, now you may out in good news law, okay, the corner blow Papua New Guinea. The word law go tasol and by right.
He elaborated that if churches are not united, there will be a lot of problems in the country. The deputy chairman of Body of Christ Church also appealed to the government leaders and politicians to change in order for the whole country to change.
About time the whole country comes in. Start with you, politicians. Me, I believe you will change him life now. Me, I believe all businessman or savvy man, you will change him life. Or legally line or looking for stab. You will not change, but not change. You will change him life now. Give him life, God now. Let him go to change him, sorry. You can run him country good. Now let him go to change him, so you can run him all institution good.
Pastor Wilson further elaborated.
And we have my appeal on behalf of my chairman and the rest of us, Body of Christ, and the senior pastor sitting here. Please, if there's anything that we can do to save this nation, we tried everything and it's failing. All of you come to God. Mibla go. Mibla go to God now. Let him go to finish him. Mibla this walk and walk him this country land.
The Body of Christ Church Group will start off their evangelism programs to combat law and order challenges this Sunday in the 3 districts of NCD. Louis Maingu, National EMTV News.
Heads of foreign missions in Papua New Guinea have come together in a bold statement to denounce Russia's war on Ukraine and the violation of its sovereignty, among other catastrophes that have been inflicted during the 2-year conflict.
The call for a united stand was initially led by Ambassador of France to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Guillaume Limon, with those present during the closed-door conference were ambassadors of New Zealand, Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, and South Korea. Minister Chachenko welcomed the meeting with the heads of mission, stating that PNG can only give its moral support and that we will stand by and hope to see some positive results of mind changing. The European Union ambassador to PNG, His Excellency Jacques Froda, acknowledged the Marape Rosso government for its constant support for Ukraine, stating this war is not just affecting Ukraine, but many countries worldwide, including Papua New Guinea. Ambassador Froda further stated that European Union is committed with like-minded partners to continue to support at this time. Minister Chachenko emphasized that for PNG, wherever we can help, we will, and we're also talking to our members of the Pacific Islands Forum and Melanesian Spearhead Group. Claire Mauta, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. The National Library and Archives has been closed since November of 2023 by the 150 contractors engaged in the rehabilitation and redevelopment of the library.
As you can see behind me, the library is still closed to the general public and students to use. Representing the 150 contractors involved in the rehabilitation and redevelopment of the library, John Karis Gane, the owner of Koihabi Resource Limited, said their payments are being held up at the Department of Treasury for almost 2 years. This has prompted them to close the library.
Treasury Minister, which is now Prime Minister yet, Emma Sanim warrant na Salim Kam Lando Library and Archives, so we can process na giving payment out. You know, people money. I'm 11.9 million kintasol. 11.9 million kina. You know, blow one man. I'm just 150 contractors or by me dividing my current law. Work size me working.
Mr. Gane stressed that this has severely affected the contractors and their families.
Total number of 150 contractors. Me play staff na. Number of Islam 18 contractors all losing life. One black contractor sim stroke na now I'm still on bed stop. Namero is like inside plenty of picking in too because simply no sim pay. Plenty of picking in too am affected. Education problem affected. Plenty of picking in come Canada. Now about the street number 9 stop.
Meanwhile, attempts to get interviews with the director of the National Library and Archives were unsuccessful. However, a representative from the Department of Treasury has alluded that paperwork of the payments are currently in progress. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
The National Judiciary of Papua New Guinea have welcomed Justice Susan Pradensali and Derek Wood, who will be serving the Papua New Guinea Judiciary as judges. This welcome reception was attended by senior judges, lawyers, and the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Pila Niningi, at the National Courthouse this morning.
Justice Pradensali has lived in Brisbane and served as a judge of the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia. According to Pradensali, she will be serving the Papua New Guinea Judiciary for 3 years, stating it is a significant responsibility and opportunity. She has been appointed by the Legal Service Commission to serve as a judge in the country. Adding to the bench with vast law experience is Justice Derek Wood, who will also be serving the country for the next 3 years as a National and Supreme Court judge. Wood was a policeman by profession before becoming a lawyer with 19 years of experience in the private practice. Wood, in his remark, pointed out the need for more mentoring and advocacy training of lawyers in general. He said there is a need to raise the standard of advocacy for lawyers in court, especially the way they think and prepare cases. Minister for Justice and Attorney General Pila Niningi congratulated Justice Pradensali and Wood on their appointment, stating their experience is much needed in the country. Gladys Killa, National EMTV News.
The official reopening of the City Pharmacy Limited Group's Badili Stop and Shop took place this morning and was witnessed by CEO Navin Raju and the management. Representative Mary Handen from CPL Group's Board of Directors, employees and surrounding communities. The shop was opened and business operations kicked off with all in high spirits.
A sense of relief and achievement loomed in the air as CPL's Badili Stop and Shop reopened this morning. Crowds flocked around and into the shop to shop for their basic amenities and also take a look around the refurbished shop. The joy is evident for the workers and customers. Present to witness the reopening was a representative of the Board of Directors of CPL Group of Companies, CEO Navin Raju, the management and shareholders, staff and members of surrounding communities. CPL Group CEO Navin Raju stated that progress has been made so far with the shop from all parties involved to deliver an improved service, including a better range of products and improved store layout for their Badili shop.
And we're looking forward and saying, okay, how are we going to run this business with 4 shops? But no, we didn't put our heads down. We said we will do it. And this is the start. Today, this is the first step in our rebuild, and I'm telling you, by end of June, we'll be up there where we were.
Also present was board member of CPL Group, Mary Handen, who expressed her joy on the occasion.
I give a word of thanks and appreciation for all of you, the CPL family, that have actually worked very, very hard. And I mean this because, you know, we all realize how hard you all have worked. And therefore, you know, to have this shop, you know, we did tell the CEO, the shop has to open on the 1st of March. And you guys worked really well to put everything together and to have one of our shop here, which we've missed over the, you know, the last few weeks, not open today.
Badili Stop and Shop Assistant Store Manager Peter Michael also shared his thoughts.
As our CEO, our directors have said that our job is secured, and most of our staff, 100 plus, are now secured in our shop, who were scattered all over other shops that were operating at the last 2 shops at Central Waigani and downtown Stop and Shop.
Francisca Anania, National EMTV News.
Following its reopening, several SNS Badili employees and customers shared their thoughts on the occasion and how it will help with employment and service to the area.
Employees showed relief that employment is secured and were happy to resume work, while customers expressed their joy of not having to go far to shop for basic amenities. A concerned resident from Kira Kira village shared this.
On behalf of CPL staffs, also me talk thank you. From whatever crisis I'm facing, but we still have heart for original Papua New Guinea. I mean, Rausim will pay. Still, all staff will pay fortnightly until CPL long, but really hope so. With that heart, me talk to CPL CEO, Navin Raju. I mean, also, Fiji. Citizen of Papua New Guinea.
Two daily customers from Badili Police Barracks gave their thoughts on the struggles of finding a place to shop after the January 10th mayhem, and are relieved this ends today.
Stop in pass mi blabin kisim big plan. Evi na big plan bagara po sembla paine mat do golon nar pro stop because Badili Stop and Shop am stop close to lo mi plan we am sa 7 mi plan. Especially lo breakfast tol pigin ini na avin on time plus akan paine mo lili kol kai bro family. So now I'm open, I'm mas through Stop and Shop I'm open, so me can come now, make him shopping with them all family.
Alice Romba also shares similar sentiments as her friend by name.
Every day Miss come, Miss like lo buy more fruits, now sandin, Miss Amamas lo come. But Stop and Shop past me at loka, colonel plus store. Now morning I'm open, so me Amamas na, me come small sandin.
One of the shop's cleaner, Janet Edwin, stated that she was uncertain of keeping her job, but is now relieved.
Nipla stablo, why can't yet? Nipla work yet? Now opening store, nipla lo barely. Now me hamamas, belblo me hamamas one time, me can beg lo store me.
Employees and people from the surrounding communities are relieved to have SNS Badili back and in full operation. Francisca Anania, National EMTV News.
After 20 years, the International Monetary Fund reopened its office in the country. The reopening was launched by the IMF Deputy Managing Director, Bo Lee, and commenced by the Papua New Guinea Prime Minister, James Marape. The IMF Deputy Director, Bo Lee, who flew into Papua New Guinea for the first time, launched the reopening of the International Monetary Fund office at the Kina Bank Center building situated at Harbour City, downtown Port Moresby. Deputy Director Lee said a drop in global commodity prices brings some downside risks, but upside risks include prospects for new investment in the resource sector, which would help boost growth, exports, and fiscal revenue. Papua New Guinea's new program, supported by the IMF, supports a structural reform agenda on which the authorities are already making remarkable progress. And now looking at the NES Fund market report, the Kina closed 1 point lower at $0.2660 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying $0.2585 US, 0.3952 Australian dollars, 0.2317 euro, 38.45 Japanese yen. And looking at the commodity prices at New York closed, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed lower, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. AFL PNG has commenced its Smart Start development program, starting with schools in Port Moresby. The program aims at learning the basic skills of the game and also helping kids to learn the basics of living a healthy lifestyle.
After launching the Gala Day, AFL PNG Development Southern Regional Manager David Topeni told this newsroom that the program aims at learning the basic skills of the game and also helping kids to learn the basics of living a healthy lifestyle.
Southern Region is the first new kick team that rolled out the program in schools. First schools that we visit was on Wednesday. That's Laloki Secondary School, with the total number of 70 kids participated in the program. And then last week, Saturday, the 24th of February, we have our first Smart Start Gala Day at Mari Barracks.
He said that the Super Kick program will run for 5 weeks.
Super Kick program is for the younger ones before learning the basic skill of AFL through our New Kick Pathway program. We started teaching the under 5 to 10 years old. Through a Super Kick, and then from that Super Kick they go into our New Kick program and started learning the basic skill and playing footy as well.
Topeni also thanked Paradise Foods Limited for their vigorous support through the years.
Already giving out the letters to the invited schools that will take part in the school competition, youth school competition, that's secondary schools. So we are just waiting for their response back, so we will see which team will be taking part in our school competition in coming months.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Papua New Guinea Boxing Union has kicked off the senior and junior trials today.
We are here at the St. John Guys Indoor Sporting Complex witnessing 48 fighters taking part in the senior and junior boxing trials. The current champion in the 60 kg category, Lennon Gumbui, has won his fight today, beating his opponent.
The fight time, I feel but me win. So, me training strong. Play this trials national championship. First national championship. Da play me la go Pacific game. Me game play me win this game. So.
The 18-year-old said he will do his best in the trials and hopes to qualify and compete in the national and international games.
The next step, national championship come. So, game lo go Arabura games lo Australia. So, me training lo play the national championship. So, me train.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
You're watching Trukai Sports. More than 12 clubs will be competing in the Southern Regional Kickboxing Championships commencing on the 3rd of this month. The opening fight will see Alex, known as Holy Warrior, take on Maurice Iceman at the Bomana CIS Training College Hall this coming Sunday.
Southern Region Coordinator Nelson Samson said 80 fighters will participate in the competition.
Trying to select the best fighter in Southern Region to represent the Southern Region in a national championship on June. So we've been preparing really hard on that event. It's not the first time show that I'm hosting in Bomana. We've been hosting so many shows under PNG KBF and Desert Promotion.
Fighter Maurice Terry, who has been out of the ring for almost 10 years, said the aim of the opener match is to display the level of skills.
I got not much to say. Just a big thank you, and also I'd like to thank Trophy House for your timing support. Thank you very much.
Also, fighter Alex Worogop thanked the Kickboxing Federation for the opportunity to take part in the competition.
We stopped out for the last 8 years now outside the ring, so we just stop. Thank you, Stanley Nandex. Give me back this opportunity, coming back inside the ring again. So.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Papua New Guinea long jump representative Reli Kaputin has 3 major competitions yet to complete before qualifying for the 2024 Olympics in Paris this year. The 30-year-old is currently based in Gold Coast, Australia, training under the guidance of coach Peter Hannon for jump events and Sharon Hannon for sprints. That ends True Kai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru, cloudy with few showers possible. Kerema, cloudy with some showers possible. Alotau, partly cloudy with possible evening showers. Popondetta, partly cloudy. To the Momasa region, Ley City, partly cloudy with some showers possible. Medang, partly cloudy with few showers possible. Wewak, partly cloudy with some showers possible. Vanimo, partly cloudy. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy with few showers. Kaveng, cloudy with showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy with few showers. Kimbe, cloudy with few showers. Buka, partly cloudy with some showers. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with few showers with possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tarabi and Wabeg, partly cloudy with few showers with possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday, the 1st of March, 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.